There comes a time when I won't belong. Hello, this is Dina with Pretty Productive. Welcome back to my channel. Today what I'm going to be doing is a April week 2 check-in and cash stuffing for April week 3. So, if you've been following along with my channel for a while, you know that this month I decided to kind of redo the way I do my budgeting. I will tell you there's pros and cons to my new system. One is tracking my transactions, because they're all going onto my Capital One credit card, has been so much easier. I still save my receipts, I still scan them in to fetch, but I'm not having to, save all my receipts, write them all in, and then scan them and do that like I've done in the past. So I will say that is a plus. The second part, though, is that breaking up the denominations when I need to pull the cash out of my envelopes and put it back into my back to bank to pay my credit card is something I'm going to need to do differently if I continue with this system for the month of May. So let's go ahead and get started. So my last check-in was on the morning of the 8th, and today is the morning of the 15th. So this check-in will be from April 8th through April 14th. I had one no spend day. So my goal for this month was 8. I currently have 1, 2, 3. So it's not going well. That goal is not going well. So let me go ahead and mark the 2 that I do have, so I can maybe motivate myself to get a few more. And where's the other one? Oh my gosh, right in front of me. Okay, so what did change in my budget from when I did my check-in is I ended up working this whole week. So it did kind of eliminate some of the things I needed to get done this week, but that's fine. We'll figure that out. So let's see. So I'll start with my mom, because that was what I spent on the first day. So $17 at Walmart to get her some supplies. And then on Sunday I spent $9. I took Sonic over to her. So she had $76 in her envelope. So 76 minus 26, she now has 50. And then for groceries, I did not spend a lot on groceries this week because I had HelloFresh. So I spent $25, but I spent that in cash out of my envelope. And then I spent $12. So 25 and 12, 37. So 372 minus 37, I have 335 remaining. If I divide that by 2 weeks, I have $167.50 per week left. So I did catch up a little bit. I was going to be a little bit behind. And my mom is 50. Okay, eating out, I did spend money this time. Last week I know I didn't spend anything. So 30 for Bambinos. I don't think I've ever had a week where I didn't go there at least once. And then Zips for 36. So that is 66 altogether. $200 minus 66, that leaves me $134. And if I divide that by 2, that leaves me $67 per week. Spending, let's see here, I spent a lot. I had 70 at the beginning of the week, so I spent 10 plus 10 plus 10. plus 17 plus 7. I spent 54. And then for giving, I spent 100. So if I had 170 for spending minus 54, 170 minus 54 is 116. I'm trying to get this done early before I go to work. Maybe I should have a little bit more caffeine first. 200. Okay, personal care. Let me just go back and check these all off. Personal care, I spent $5 at Walmart, and I did that in cash. So what happened was I got gas. I put my credit card in my pocket. And then the next day I went to go to Walmart and all I had was cash with me, not my credit card. So I didn't spend a lot, but I just reimbursed my spending account from the cash. I just took the cash out of the envelope. So that's kind of where there's a mixture. I didn't spend anything for medicine this week. And I didn't spend anything for entertainment. So spending 116, giving 200, personal care 101, medicine 155. My mom has 50 and entertainment has 100. So overall a pretty good week. Let's make sure I've checked everything off. Okay. Now if you look at my transaction log, make sure I'll bring you guys in a little bit. I did want to go ahead and explain what I did. So I had spoken in another video about because my credit card had gotten so high that my credit score actually went down a little bit, which is what I thought. And it was a big drop and I was like, wow, what happened here? But what really happened is not only did I have a lot on my credit card, which I did, which I clear every month. I also had 2 cards roll off because they're cards that I had closed or not used but never really closed. And I knew that they were going to roll off, but I didn't realize they were going to roll off in the same week because my credit score updates every week. So that is what lowers my debt to open credit ratio. So you know, if you've kind of been through this budgeting journey a long time, you know that when you close a credit card, it dings your score because then the amount that you have to open to buy, pretty much, if you want to explain it that way, versus what you have on credit cards lessens because you have less of open to buy. You have cards that are closed that had high spending limits that are no longer shown on your credit report. So it's great that they're gone because I haven't used them in years and I kind of forgot I had them. And I did get letters from both of them saying, hey, if you don't use us, then we're going to go ahead and close your card. And I was like, cool. I didn't realize it was going to happen in 1 week. So when I started to investigate, I kind of realized what happened. So my score has come back up because, you know, everything's been paid off. And so my ratio is less again. So that forces your score to go back up. So long story to say that it wasn't as bad as I thought it was, but I do now understand what happened. But it's on its way back up. So anything in yellow is a fixed expense, and anything in this kind of teal is groceries. This pink is gas. This purple is personal care. This blue is my mom. This lime green is eating out. And so I went ahead and wrote down every transaction. Now what I did do this month that was very different is instead of waiting until the end of the month to clear my card, I went ahead and made a mid-month payment. So anything that says paid next to it has already been paid, and my balance on my card right now is like $300. And that's just because a few other things came in that I haven't paid back yet. And some of that I paid was from the incremental. So I had so far 4 expenses that's coming out of my incremental, and I went ahead and paid all of those. So I felt like I'm not going to do this video and kind of decide where all that money is going to go till the end of the month, but I wanted to go ahead and pay those. So I also did earmark what I think I'm going to make, which, you know, subject to change based on if I actually work every hour that I'm scheduled. So taxes and saving, I'm still saving 10% of my incremental income. And then I did adjust my taxes. So my last check that came in on Thursday of this week did reflect that adjustment, but all the ones prior to that were not adjusted. So I'm going to start taking 20% out just to cushion my tax liability, just to make sure. Because, you know, when I set up my withdrawals from that, I really thought I was going to work for 2 weeks. And then as I started to work more, I started to adjust it. And then I took a month off, so then I didn't worry about it. And then I readjusted it when I looked at my hours for the month of April. So just to kind of give a little bit of background on why I'm changing that now. Okay, so now comes the fun part. We get to unstuff a few envelopes and then get to add to my envelopes for the week. And I did make myself a little cheat sheet right here. So for groceries, I only need to take out $12. 11, 12, and that will go back to bank because this is the $12 that went onto my card. And then I am going to, instead of adding the 167 that I have left, I'm going to just put in 125, which is what I thought I was going to have per week to stay on my budget. Because I have so much rollover. Now I do not have HelloFresh for the next 2 weeks, so I am more than likely going to spend this where I haven't spent a lot because I did go ahead and do the HelloFresh for an extra week. And take my note off. So in groceries, I now have I have 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I have 213 in my envelope for groceries. And then in eating out, just check that off. I need to take out 66, but I do not have, let me see, 60. Let me change out. Two fives for a 10. Okay, you guys probably all saw me do that. That's not right. So I had 100 in here. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100. Okay, let's go back there. So I need to take out 66. So I'm just going to take out 65 because I don't have change. That goes back to bank. And then I need to add another 50. Okay, 20, 40, 60, 70, 85. So 85 is what I have in eating out for this week. At the end of the month, whatever is left will go into a my savings challenge. So spending is actually in my wallet. And spending I do completely in cash. So I have 16 left and I'm going to add 50. Actually, let me take a 10. So I have 20, 40, 50, 65, 66 for spending. And because I am working a lot, I feel so much better not having a lot of cash with me. Household, I have not spent anything. It gets another 25. So now I have 100. 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 205. So 205 in household. I don't know about you, but I'm seeing so many cute spring things out, but I need to clean my house before I can decorate my house. So I took the 110 that I added to electricity into my overage account from cleaning, because I'm pretty sure my daughter is not going to clean this month. So that's where 110 went from my cleaning envelope. I did take the $5 out for the Walmart out of personal care. So I have 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 105, and I'm going to add a 50. I'm trying to beef this up because I am getting my hair colored next month, and it's so much more than I've ever paid. But I really, A, want to support a friend of my daughter's, but B, she is amazing. So I'm just going to try it and see how I like it. So I might need to take some out of beauty, some out of self-care. See how that goes. Entertainment, I have not. So I have 40, 50. I'm going to put another 25 in here. So now I have 75. 20, 40, 60, 75. Kind of did this backwards the last time. So clothing, I did not spend anything this week, so I get to add another 25. I do need to desperately find shorts. It got cold again, so I'm back in jeans, but it's gonna get warm again. It has been such a strange spring. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 20, 40, 50. I did order Amazon Try Before You Buy a couple pairs of shoes because I need another pair of shoes for work. So we'll see what I keep and what I send back. I do need to take out this 25 for my mom, put it back on my card, and put another 25 back in here. She actually used 26, but just checking those off, make sure. Medicine, I did not spend anything, and I'm going to add a 50. So 50, 90, 105 is what I have left in medicine. And then miscellaneous, I have not spent anything. I'm kind of thinking this is probably going to go to my mom at the rate that I'm spending for her, which is fine. So now I have 20, 40, 60, 75 in miscellaneous. Currently, all my back-to-bank money is out here, but then whatever I don't need or use will go back to the bank. So actually I'm going to put this part back into this envelope. Okay, let's do my little cheat sheet. Start with this one. So arts and crafts gets 25, which is really my sticker fund for this week, for this month. I actually, it's surprising. I did spend some money out of my incremental for stickers, but I haven't bought anything else. Now we are going to have craft night next week, so I will probably spend some money out of here. Date night gets 25. We did actually go to dinner the other night, which is so rare for us because my husband's not working now, and he is so productive. He makes me look so lazy when I was doing all the work around the house. But he, you know, before it'd be really hard for him to walk away from his computer and his phone, and so it was actually a nice change of pace. So 20, 40, 60, 75 in date night. Dental's done. Electricity, I added the 110, so I now have 767. glasses. Now, I did have my eye appointment this week. I do need to take $10 out because I didn't take cash, so I'll put that back into bank. And I have not bought my glasses yet. Every frame I picked out was exactly what I currently have, and I really wanted something different. And the insurance for the frames was like nothing. I think it was $100 off one pair. And then I'm gonna go to Costco and then maybe look online as well. So I'm just gonna keep this in here for now. But at least I got my eye appointment done, and I didn't know if I was gonna have a prescription change, and I did. So, so that's that for that one. And then this one is good. That's birthdays and things like that. The only thing I'm needing to pull out of there will be Easter money. But quite frankly, today is Friday and it's 2 days from Easter and we don't know what we're doing yet. So I think I'm gonna normally we get together as a family, but this year it's just kind of been very disconnected. And I don't mean disconnected, it's just that we've had so much family time that we're all okay doing one day by ourselves. So, and both of my girls have plans. So it might just be my husband and I. So we might do something kind of untraditional, like go to a movie or something. I don't really want to make a big meal if it's just going to be for him and I. We'll do something else. So I have not pulled that $100 yet because I don't know if I'm going to spend it yet. And then I need to put another $25 in planning. So currently I have 100, 20, 40, 60, 75. And I'll update all my trackers off camera. Reward doesn't get anything, savings doesn't get anything, savings challenge doesn't get anything. Self-care is done, subscriptions. Okay, so Target, I took the $100 out. And I bought my gift card and I've loaded it on my red card. The reason why I did not buy the gift card with cash is because I had an issue where I bought a gift card at Safeway with cash and it was for my daughter's birthday. And I had my receipt luckily because the card never loaded. So when she went to use it, it said there was nothing on there. So it took Target and Safeway weeks to figure it out. And then they finally got the money loaded. So ever since then, I've never paid cash for a gift card. So I just took the $100 that was in here. I bought the gift card on my credit card and then I took the $100 from here and put it back in my back to bank. So just to kind of understand what I did, but this is loaded. I just keep it in here just in case anything happens and I need it. So tax prep, I did spend $400 on tax prep. Oh, so I had $20 left, so I'll just leave this in here for now. But instead of taking the cash back, I just took the money for taxes that was in my savings account that I was going to move to its own savings account, and I took that out. So the $400 that I had for my tax money, I just moved tax prep into tax money. And the only reason why I'm doing it this way versus another way is I already have so many savings accounts with Capital One. And I have my one savings account that I'm building up for my $10,000 cushion out of taking 10% off all my income this year. So I think what I'm going to do for now is just leave this here. I'm going to add to that the 20% for my incremental income. And then when I think it gets maybe to $1,000, I'll go ahead and make a new savings account and then take the cash out. Thrifting I haven't spent. Vitamins gets 15. I did buy collagen, but my husband picked up at Costco for me, so I gave him back the cash. I think I gave him back the cash. Yeah, it should be 150 in here. So 100... 20, 30, 40, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. So, okay, I had 150, I added 15, 20, so I should have 165, 100, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65. Okay, I did take the 40 out. I thought I did, but you know, you never know. Yeah. Supposedly it helps with your skin and your hair and everything, and I just put a scoop in my morning iced tea. I don't even taste it. It's sugar-free, all that fun stuff, but I really hope that it kind of just makes me feel a little bit better, so we'll see. So far, I really like it. So that is everything, I believe, for this cash stuffing. So I'm going to take this 100, this 10, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm going to put this back into Back to Bank. So I did start with money. Oh my gosh. Oh lordy. Okay, let's just go ahead and separate this out here. These are some of the oldest ones I've ever seen. Now, one thing I will say I do kind of like about this system, even though it's maybe a little bit more like pulling money in and out of my envelopes more than before, I am not having to go back to the bank. And because I did pull out only half of the month, which now I think that's kind of my go-to method, I was able to pay things on my card like HelloFresh and some groceries that I did at the beginning of the month with that additional money that I had earmarked for pulling out cash stuffing for the second half. And then I was able to reuse the cash that I had already pulled out. So it really has alleviated a lot of that eating into my cushion in my account by just leaving that money there at the beginning of the month and then pulling out just, you know, the first 2 weeks. I almost could have done 1 week and just redone that money, but I really, being new to this method of doing this the way, I went ahead and did 2 weeks. So I really feel like that has made me super comfortable. So 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, so 232 is starting my Back to Bank. And then we'll see how we do this week. Okay, so I think that is everything for this video. I did want to kind of just give you a preview to what's happening in my May budget. I did have a budget meeting with my husband the other day, which was very interesting. If you had watched my Q&A video, you know that my husband really just great at making money, great at saving money, does not like the details. Like, does not understand cash envelopes, doesn't understand and doesn't care, which is fine. This is my budgeting style and this works for me, and this has helped us to pay off every bit of debt except for our house, which we are working on now. So when we sat down I said, okay, so you've been paying some bills out of your paycheck, you're not working anymore, let's put those bills back into the family budget. And then I started to question, why do we pay that much for cable? Like, you need to bring that bill down. So he wasn't enjoying it. He did not have a good time. But it did start the conversation to say, you know, do we really need to pay that much for cable? So he did start to investigate some other methods, you know, maybe do more streaming, less cable. So we're going to try it out and see. There's no contract. So then we can cancel our DirecTV if we go to the streaming service, which cuts that cable bill in half, but still gives him the channels that he wants and the channels that I want. And hopefully we'll have just as good of a service as we've had so far. So it's going to be interesting to see, but you know, I think it forced us to sit down and kind of look at some of our general bills and see where we need to cut down. We also had to have a conversation about insurance, which is quite pricey. We are going to Cobra for a month just to give ourselves a little bit more time to do some more research. But we do have a medical spending account that he got when he retired from law enforcement. So we're going to pull the premiums out of that until one of us either goes back to work full time to where we have insurance through our employer, or we come up with another system, because I'm 5 years from Medicare, he's 7 years from Medicare, so that's not an option for us right now. So I appreciate all of your feedback and your comment on that question that I put out in my last video about what you guys did for insurance. So I really appreciate that. That gave me kind of a roadmap of where to start. So I appreciate all the advice you guys give me. I hope you are all doing well and you're having a great month with your budget as well. Take care, and I'll see you in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Take care.
There comes a time